And welcome all to the Gaming Kitchen stream yet again, bringing you guys another redo called Ebbets Field. Now, I would like to share with the fact that I've gone through this whole entire thing, this whole catalog that I worked on last year, and I can assure you that these are the ballparks that we worked on. Last year, I worked on the Xbox Series X, and I worked on a PlayStation 5. And the reason why I did that was because I was going back and forth in between apartment and house, and that's not the option this year. So things are a little bit easier on the plate. So one of the things in which I wasn't going to do, but now I am going to do, is going to go back and revisit ballparks that I worked on in the past that are going to get retouched before I move on. That includes Yankee Stadium, which is what I have completed. That's another restoration one. Ebbets Field won't be that difficult. I'm going back in to work on the facade of Ebbets Field. I'm going back in to touch up the outside of the area and give it a little bit more of an accurate taste, if you must, to the actual ballpark there is before I move on and build new ballparks. Now, I do have two new ballparks that are willing and are ready to go. Okay? That's Baker Field and that's Angel Stadium. Okay? So I will be constantly, subsequently, if you must, building and restoring. So any of the ballparks in which I feel could benefit from another retouch, a different mindset, I will go in and I will do, and I will redo. Ebbets Field, to me, is one of the most sought-after ballparks for many reasons. For many of attempts, if you must. It's historical preference, it's inspirational preference, it's especially impact on ballparks such as Camden Yards, and so on and so forth. It's one of many New York ballparks that I have done. I've done Yankee Stadium, the 27 version. I have done Yankee Stadium, the early 60s version, if you must. I have done Shea Stadium this year, both the 60s version and mid-70s version. And I have also worked on many of all the other ballparks, such as Ebbets Field. Polo Grounds I'm thinking about doing, but I'm thinking about doing like the 1912 version to 1922 version. Everyone always know is already in the game. There's no need to go that far and to jeopardize your sanity to do that. So that's what I'm doing. The ballparks that were completed near the end of MLB The Show 23 most likely won't get any type of restoration action to it because I was in a different mindset when I was building those as opposed to building these. And that's something in which I would like to do. The name of the game in which I really would like to achieve here is I want to, if MLB The Show 25, which more than likely won't change anything, if they do change, what I am willing to do is I am willing to finish these once and for all and never look back. And I'm going to do that to all of them. I'm going to do that to this stadium here, this ballpark here, excuse me. I'm going to do that to Memorial Stadium. I'm going to do that to Shea Stadium. I'm going to do that to all of them. When I'm done with them, I am done with them. There's going to be no different versions. There may be different variants, but no different versions. The reason being for that is because I feel like the work gets sloppy, like I've done with Memorial Stadium. As I've gone through this today to look at this to work on, like I have realized that I have wasted, if you must, I have wasted an exorbitant amount of time, and I mean an exorbitant amount of time, working on Memorial Stadium, trying to get Memorial Stadium to fit my desired need. And I feel like in that amount of time, I have robbed myself as well as other people of sharing the wealth of the great creations that I can make, of what I did in MLB The Show 21, when I built Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, when I went on to build Old Oriole Park, when I went on to build those things. There are numerous projects in which I am itching and dying to do. But because I did not have a set, clear plan as in how to approach these things, you run the risk of wasting time. And if there's one thing we don't have as people, we don't have time. So efficiency is key. That is a plus. That is a must. I've gone through a lot of ballparks. Most of them are on my Xbox 360, Xbox Series X versions. Those are going to get worked on again or looked over, more than likely. And the reason being is because, you're in a different place over a year ago. You're in a different mentality. There's better options for you than as opposed to what you had before. You learn to move within your own and build your own stuff, and you come back and you're a little bit more inspired by things that are different than what you did before. It's much like with art as well. When you draw something that you did when you were 10 years old, it's a lot different than what you did when you're 18 years old. And it's entirely different than what you did when you were 20 years old. So the name of the game is growth, 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 growing, growing, growing. I am getting to a point in this game, in this stadium building thing, where other people are now starting to come on board, build stuff up, and take this thing seriously, which I am all aboard with, and I love it. I love it dearly. And I think that that is something that is admirable. I think it's something that finally is getting done and getting done correct and right. And it's a nice thing, and it's a nice gesture, and it's a nice action that, in all honesty, I like. And if I help people get to that point, do that, then fine, so be it. I am, I just want to finally be done with this stuff, with this work. And the reason being is because I can't keep constantly going back trying to fix stuff. At some point, the artist must be satisfied with the work. The artist must be satisfied with what you're capable of pulling off, what you're satisfied with, what you're willing to be at peace with, and move on from that. That's what you must be as an artist. And I feel that I have done everything I want to do with a lot of these ballparks. And that is something that is going to come into effect. So that's why I'm redoing all of these. It's kind of like when when George Lucas went back to do the special editions, the vision never dies. And I feel like, with the turn of the century stuff that just came in, I feel like I can add a lot more to these things than what I've added to them. So that's that. that's the simple portion of it. That's what I like to do. The Orioles crapped the bed again today, putting out another wonderful, great pitcher in Cole Irvin and Kimbrel and Rodriguez, who yet blew the game and another walk-off. I hope that they can get it back together. Don't know if they can, but boy, it's getting annoying. So that's that. What else? ATG is the spot to be. If you guys want to deal with a good bunch of like-minded people who are great at ballpark building, great at building things, great at research and all that stuff, ATG is the Discord to be at. It's a lot better than MLB The Show stadium builders or stadiums in Reddit, because you have a lot more like-minded people. You don't have people sitting up there with the sniggles and giggles and being difficult and being eccentric and being downright annoying. So you don't have that problem anymore. So I suggest everyone, if you want to go there and you want to do your thing, go there and do your thing. Get involved with that community because they're pretty cool. You got some good people in there. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go down this road of just touching up these ballparks, touching up Ebbets Field. Tiger Stadium, I don't think anything has to get done. These are the ballparks so far that I have built and are out there for use. The Astrodome, the Kingdome that was built last year, Memorial Stadium, respectfully, Ebbets Field, Yankee Stadium 27, Kansas City Municipal Stadium has been done. I've added some new ones. Camden Yards 1992 is added. I still got to go back and fix that, but this game is such a glitch mob that you can't really do anything with that. Some stadiums are weird like that, others aren't, so whatever. And yeah, that's where everything's at right now. So the ballparks I want to get out the way is still the Negro League ones. I still want to get Old Oriole Park done. I want to get all 5 of them done. I've gotten the 6th one done, and that's that. And I will be doing that in due time, and people will see when. They will know when it will come. So that's that. The future of this channel. Here's the thing. I've had this channel for about, almost 10 years now. I've been on YouTube for 18 years. I don't make any profit from this channel. I think the days of me making a profit off this channel are gone. I don't have the time, the energy, the wherewithal to sit up here and, watch those YouTube algorithms and how to do this and how to do that. I feel like the train is come and gone. I made some chump change off this thing, a little bit of something to buy a personal pan pizza over the years, but I feel like my era to have gotten on YouTube to actually hit the ground running, probably for me would have been in the 2010s, the late 2000s, early 2010s for me. This channel, I built it out of having an opinion, wanting to voice my stuff, wanting to voice my streams. And honestly, it led to me throwing stuff up against the wall to see what happens. And no one ever cared to watch my stuff. No one ever cared to comment. No one ever cared to view my stuff. No one ever cared to look at my stuff or anything like that. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just the way that things go. Okay? Some people hit success. Others don't. It is what it is. I don't know what this channel is I don't know what this channel is going to be. I don't know what this channel is going to do in the future. But I will say that for now, this is just a channel that just exists. It's like Seinfeld. You know, it's just I forgot how you described that show. That's what this show is. It's just this. I'm more so prone to my TikTok now, in which I just post my stadiums and I just roll with that. You know, I roll with that. I go with that. I post my highlights and stuff up there. If anything, I think they say that shorts now is the creme de la creme. It's what's in now for people. So I think like that is where people go. The thing about it is that social media in today's time now is just entirely different than what it was in 2006 and in 2010 and in 2015. And when the apocalypse came, it took everything out and it just rolled everything down a hill. This is a day and age of influencers. Influencers, streamers, W's in the chat, all that type of stuff. And the people who do this type of stuff are your ages of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's not built for people who are my age, who are 30, in their mid-30s. It's not. You guys have, whoever's gone in here, people who come and gone, like you guys have seen numerous times, like I've always said it, that like we are slowly but surely, my generation, my people, the people who are gamers and stuff, we're being phased out. That's just it. We're being phased out. You can try to have success, you can, but you'll be so tired at the end of the day, it's not even funny. This is a different world for social media that's going on now. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is what it is. You know, social media as a whole is taking a different style of impact that, in all honesty, for better or for worse, this is just what it is. You know? And at the age of 35, 36, you know, just there is no, at some point, you become the old fart. So, you know, with this channel, I don't know. I don't know what this channel is. You know, it used to be a commentary channel where I used to upload game film and I would edit the game film. And I would, upon editing the game film, I would do commentary using Windows Movie Maker, which was the easiest movie maker I would do. I would download the film, I would YouTube stream it, download the film, put commentary on it, edit it, splice it, dice it, and then put it up. That was a lot of work for like 10 people to just watch my shit. And that was 10 years ago when I did Battlefront commentary and I did like the current status of games and stuff like that. Nobody watched it. Nobody cared. And like, you know, I'm not trying to be sour grapes, but eventually at some point you gotta, this YouTube thing just wasn't cut out for me. Most people like doing face reveals and all that dumb stuff. I don't care for face reveals. I don't do face reveals. I don't owe people anything. I don't owe you anything. So I don't do face reveals. I do what I like to do. That's it. And in this era of time, that type of stuff don't go. A lot of people do face reveals and all that type of stuff. I mean, good for them. I don't care for it. You know, so that's just it. That's just things in which I'm not willing to budge on that ultimately it will make or break your stuff. And, you know, I come from old school. You know, to me, I come from old school YouTube. Back in the day, YouTube, like you didn't show your face. All you did was just make a video and you just, you know, told stuff as it was and you just left it alone like that. And I just continued to be like that. And that's just where I'm at and that's just who I am, you know. So yeah, there's no profit here in this thing for me. And, you know, I just I don't know. I never really cracked the code on this for that. So this channel kind of naturally blended into being this um, straight up MLB The Show ballpark building thing over the past like 3 or 4 years or so. And, you know, I think I will just keep it at that, do my streams and just commentate and everything like that. You know, I don't think it's like negative thinking per se. It's just being a realist. And it's just sitting back and just saying to yourself, like, this is where things are at. This is, you know, how old are you? You know, you're damn near pushing 40. You're too old. You know, I feel like kids this generation do things differently. They want things differently. And like, I feel like this generation is more so like the whole like kick, which is a travesty in itself, but that's a different story. Um, and Twitch, which is another thing that is just, you know, these things come along and you know, if you're not in the right place at the right time, you're not it. And that's fine. Texas Ag 75. My Ebbets Field. I mean, honestly, you can play the Ebbets Field without it. I'm just gonna update it because for updating sake. The gamer tag, mi amigo, Zaro TMG 88. So if you want to go in there and, test out what it was last year, go ahead and do it. Now, if you want to wait for this cooking, then you can do that too. But the choice is yours. You can go and do it either way. All I'm trying to do is just update this thing, get it looking a little bit more sophisticated. Well, I'm working on an update right now, mi amigo. It ain't gonna take that long. Um, I got a model here I'm working with. But as soon as I get it done, I'm gonna send it to you. I also saw that this is that Evans Field has some elevation to it, so that's gonna be something new too that I gotta add to this. I'm so used to adding elevations to Memorial Sam. I need to add elevations to this. So as soon as I get it done, I'll let you know. I'm probably gonna hit the gym today, get my gains in because that's important. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm going to come back and get this done here because it won't take too long. Man, I think I'm not going to do this again. I think I'm going to leave this model the way that it is. And I'm just going to just work on the surroundings around it. I'm not doing this, bro. Sorry, because I already know this is going to be a headache, and I'm not here to do headaches. I'm here to, like, I got a little bit of time to do this in. I just want to put some new old buildings in here and get this done. This is, because I already know I'm going to be super annoyed at this thing. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to change the facade. I'm going to keep this the way that this is. Work the back. Okay. And then that's it. I'm not doing anything else. Max Brand, Mr. Taylor Made. How you doing, man? I'm just trying to redo the facade a little bit, trying to make it a little bit more accurate. If it's not, then I'll just reset it. But I'm not. I'm not trying to go buck wild. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to go too buck wild, bro. Because this thing can get a little messed up. Yankee Stadium is done. The problem with Yankee Stadium is the same. Well, Ebbets Field apparently is a naming. It comes down to naming rights, which is weird because the Polo Grounds is a projects complex too. Ebbets Field is a, I think it's a naming issue and a pricing issue. But the thing about it is that older versions of the stadium builder or the custom stadium builder mode, had those versions where like you had a generic ballpark with the field already in it. They took it out. So I think a lot of reasons why they don't put the ballparks in is because of legal issues. Like I know Ebbets Field Apartments and stuff. They don't put it in because of the naming rights and stuff. I think All-Star Baseball had the ballpark in there. All-Star Baseball had the ballpark in there, and other than that, didn't really. I haven't seen it in any other games than that. I'm trying to think, was it called Ebbets Field? I think it was called Dodgers Ballpark or something in that game. I think that's what it was called. Something like that. It was like Dodgers Ballpark. But I'm just trying to stretch this bad boy out. So one of the things that you can do with Yankee Stadium, and like here's the problem with Yankee Stadium. I'm glad you brought this up. The issue with Yankee Stadium in this game is that Yankee Stadium is a very long, narrow backdrop. Kind of like Ebbets Field. Like it's a long, narrow, drawn-out backdrop. And if you were to actually do that ballpark justice, by actually, doing with it that what you could do, which is drop it back narrow and shoot the lines up long and narrow, you'd actually get where you got to go. Like that's the biggest problem. Excuse me. Like that's the biggest problem with making Yankee Stadium in the game, classic Yankee Stadium, and so you're going to have a hard time trying to do that. So doing it the way I do it, you're going to get a little bit out of it, but you're going to get the familiarity of it. But what you're going to be missing is the narrow, because the backdrop behind home plate is very narrow. And unfortunately, you don't have that you don't have the means for that in this game. Yeah. Like they don't have the license to play for that. So it's like you may have the rights to the building but you don't have the rights to that. It's a much cheaper way of deniable plausibility to create stadium creator. Like, if it's anything that's good that came out of this, is that you have the blessing of the plausible deniability. To be like, well, we made the stadium creator mode. We can't control what ballparks they build. We can't control what names they give them. We can't control those things. So that's one of the ways you can have legal deniable plausibility. To be like, just in case if this crap does happen, if they do go in here and they do make Ebbets Field, we didn't make Ebbets Field. If they go in and they make the Polo Grounds, we didn't make the Polo Grounds. So they named Polo Ground apartments Polo Grounds. Nah, Max, I'm going to just build them the way I want to build them. But when you see certain ballparks, like Ebbets Field Apartments and stuff like that, those things are copyrighted and trademarked. Unlike Polo Grounds is not trademarked, so they have the projects and or the housing and stuff there, and they do theirs a little bit differently. It all depends upon and this is something I learned very new, is a lot of landmarks, a lot of trademarks, a lot of buildings and stuff are specifically trademarked and are licensed and can't be used in games. So if you ever play Spider-Man, the trailer for it had the Freedom Tower in it, or One World Trade Center. And it is what it is. And you couldn't use One World Trade Center because of the trademark. Like, you can't use the Chrysler Building because of that. So it is what it is. But it's a very clever way to have deniable plausibility so that they don't get sued, they don't get copyright struck, they don't get any of those types of things that would warrant that type of effect. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Now, that's why if you watch my stuff now, I don't go as hard on them like I used to. I just don't. I don't go hard on them anymore. Because it's like, I took some time to think about some stuff, to really reflect on some stuff, and to think about what's going on, what's at hand, and be like, you know what? I think this is not done out of malice. I don't think this is done out of laziness to a certain extent. I think it's just done out of the fact that there are things that happen behind the scenes that we just don't know. And instead of me sitting up here creating all this hullabaloo and stuff, I am just going to play this game the way I'm going to play it. I'm trying to build these ballparks the way I envision it, and I'm just going to leave it alone after that. That's it. No more, no less. And you know what? Life is a lot better because of that. You accept things better because of that. I don't get butthurt no more about these ballparks and all that type of stuff, bro. It is what it is. And life just works better that way. I'm not getting bent out of shape over, probably because I tell you the God's honest truth, Wink the man. I'll tell you the God's honest truth why they didn't include it. I'll tell you why. Probably because the stories that they did with Derek Jeter didn't include the Astrodome. Because they included the Kingdome. This is like the first time this year they included the Kingdome. They never included the Kingdome ever before. But now they do. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that set up for you to know? So it is what it is. I have not heard anything from SDS in a while. SDS don't even like communicate on their social media apps that much. They don't even communicate on TikTok the way they do. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where they're at. And at this point, it's August. You got about a cool 2 more months left in the yeah. So they do add some classic ballparks, but it's just not what people want. And Stadium Creator is a great way to have deniable plausibility and avoid lawsuits and avoid copyright infringements and all that type of stuff. Because if you make the game or the ballpark the way you want to make it in the game, that's different than them co-signing and signing off on making that the way they want to make it. That's just the facts. You know what I mean? Like that's just business. And, whatever. I know that a lot of people have been rubbed the wrong way because of this game, including a lot of people who had their mind set on playing this game. And most of that comes from the Diamond Dynasty community, who have probably since moved on to Madden and done stuff. I even played Madden a little bit. It was nice to me. It was fun. But most of the people are just online complaining about glitches and errors and stuff. So 'tis the season yet again. And that's it. And so I just use this to build ballparks because I think next year I'm not going to be around as much. Especially if I'm building all the ballparks I want to now. I think that's the end game for me. And that's just the way I would like to have it. I don't think they're going to fix the limitations in this mode. I don't think they can. I've had a lot of discussions with a lot of people who have background in programming and game making and stuff, and it's just not there. They would have to literally gut the whole entire system. They would have to gut the whole entire system, redo everything, build everything back up from scratch, and go that way. And I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're very quiet. Who knows what they're doing? Who cares? I'm a chill hop guy. I'm more so concerned about the chill hop fall lo-fi stream than I am about getting an update from SDS about anything else. So I'm already pissed off because the Orioles are trash right now. So I don't really care to allocate my frustrations or angers onto anybody else or anything else. That's just the way I see it. See, I'll bring this over here. The biggest problem this year with this is, unlike last year, you can't, like these boards right here, it can't come within 2 feet of this thing. Like, look at what happens when you do that. Like last year you could do it. This year you can't. It's stupid stuff like that like, just creates more of a problem, and you can't navigate around it. But that's why they did it. It's a great way to have deniable plausibility and say, hey, we if whatever these guys build, it's up to them. It's not up to us. We're not in control of that. They do what they want to do. It's their game. It's their mode. So that's how you get away with it. Might extend it a little bit more. at 33,000 here. So that's pretty good. It was a small ballpark, much like Camden Yards. There wasn't much to write home about in regards to size. Yankee Stadium, in comparison, sat about 60,000 people, which was unheard of at the time in regards to ballparks and that. Like, you were starting to deviate from that and go a little bit further into the void of super ballparks that you have now. So, but I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like, all I want is a mode that works. And, I would like something like on the top baseball, where you build a custom ballpark like the way they build it, and everything's just everything. And you can just be left alone to your own discretion, build what you want to build, do what you want to do, go where you want to go, not have all these weird rules and limitations and stuff and everything, and, everything's fine. But I will say one thing that does prevent the lawsuits and stuff from coming and happening is the fact that, like, even if you do build this ballpark in the vein of building it the way you want to build it, it's still not the same ballpark per se. So you still are escaping it with the deniable plausibility of, like, it kind of looks like it, but it's built in the shape of it, so it's fine. So that's how you clean it up. That's how you get it to where, that's how you clean it up. That's how you get it to where you want to get it to. And, yeah, and that's how you do it. Drag another one down for the road. A little bit up there like that. I think I can get away with it. But it's a lot easier to go back and rehash and fix these things, like I said earlier in the stream, because your brain's in a different place from where you built it from before, and you just, you know your limitations, you know where it's at, you know what to do. You're not going to overextend yourself and spend a certain amount of time with it. But it's all about getting a feel. Okay, let's bring that over. Bring another one over there. There you go. That makes that a little bit longer. Just a tad bit longer. Move this down. I'm about to, what time we got? 6:09. I'm about to get out of here in about 2 to 5 minutes, if that makes sense. Any y'all got any questions? Questions, inquiries? man. All right, guess y'all ain't got none. So I'll be wrapping up in about 10 minutes, 6:15. Get out of here and get me a bike. Get my pre-workout going so I can get to the gym, do what I got to do. And then everything is everything. So I still have a Cash App going. Nobody ever donates to it, but if anybody's ever interested, by all means, $sign the Gaming Kitchen if you want to. I am always in the business of trying to enhance my currency. If you like what you see, if you think I'm contributing some sort of knowledgeable currency to society, if you must, you can feel free to throw some my way if you want to. If not, well, then I guess I just got to go to work tomorrow. Nevertheless, there you go. So I don't know why this is the favorite ballpark for people. I don't know. I know Ebbsfield has a kind of majestic vibe to it. I think it's mostly because of its exterior. It's kind of the same thing as old Yankee Stadium. It's kind of its majesticness, the fact that people are quenched for it, thirst for it, want it all the time, and they never seem to get access to it. I think that's where it comes from. But that's with a lot of the majesticness of your ballparks and stuff. And I think that's where that comes from. And I don't think that's ever going to change. I don't think that's ever going to stop. But will this game ever add it? Probably not. Probably not. Just as much as like will games add classic rosters ever again? And the answer is probably not, because again, it's about licensing, it's about paying the athletes, paying the alumni, paying the Hall of Famers, paying their estate if you must, as well, because that's also included. And it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot easier to circumvent all that and do what? Create it via custom rosters. If you got talented people in your wheelhouse who can sit up there and build these things, build the images, build the likenesses of the players and everything like that, then that saves SDS a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of legalities. And there you go again there. Rinse, lather, repeat, rinse, lather, repeat, rinse, lather, repeat. So that's where all that comes from. Yeah, I might get me some vanilla oat milk and some cornflakes. Eat me a good breakfast. You know what I mean? Something's got to change if you want to be the change. I'm not spending too long on this. With old Yankee Stadium, I gutted the whole entire thing, rebuilt the whole entire thing, built the thing back up. With this, it's a little bit easier. It's not that big. And it's not that, but, you know. Now, what we are going to do, and by we I mean me, is I will be replacing all the escalators in this ballpark with staircases because this ballpark existed from 1913 until 1960, so it would be behooving to not have proper stuff in there. So, oh wow, good thing I came back here, guys. 1913. There we go. Wow, that was crazy. So we got 5%, 5%, 5%, 5% to this. And most of the stuff is built. So what I'm going to do when I get back here is I will be adding the remaining to the facade. And then I'll be doing that to remaining on the facade. And then I will be there's that tricky roof. There we go. Just gotta get it like that and just leave it. Okay. In a perfect world, this thing goes straight across. But I don't. It just does not work like that. The dimensions don't work. So, all right. Let me get the staircases in while I'm here. Time do I have? 6:20. All right, catch you guys on the flip side. Take it easy.